Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Sahar Gharachorlou. I'm a life coach, a metaphysical therapist and author of 2 books. It has been a lovely journey with all of you and I hope you're enjoying it as much as I do. Today's topic is about inner child therapy, which is one of my most favorite therapies, and why it is really a favorite, because it's a deep, intense work and it really can bring a person out of fear, insecurities, unpleasant encounters, and negative patterns, and help the individual with greater stability in life, with a sense of self-assurance and self-reliance, which we all need. So I want to tell you how you can recognize if you have an inner child issue, which we all usually have, but the signs that can tell you that how much of work you need. So how many of these combinations you have will actually tell you whether you really need it, like a SOS, or you're good to go. You just maybe, can work on yourself on your own. So the signs that will tell you that there is an issue of inner child are things like insecurity in relationships, perfectionism, extreme sense of competition, jealousy, and envy, repeated negative patterns in relationships or places where self-worth and self-reliance is important, lack of confidence, anxiety, depression, mental health issues, feeling that you don't belong, feeling very unsafe in every environment, difficulty in making friendships, or if you have friends, difficulty in maintaining relationships, having compulsive behavior, maybe avoiding or sabotaging intimacy and commitment issues. It's like almost everything, or any addictions. So if you have 1 or 2 of these, you're still okay. But you have anything more than 3 to 4 of them, do reach out to a therapist, take help, because eventually this is about you and your life and the quality of your life. So now if you have any of these, and especially in a combination of 3 to 4, then you definitely would need inner child therapy. Inner child itself can be a pattern from the past life, but let's say if we don't believe in a past life, and if the inner child side of this pattern is heavier than the past life patterns, then you can actually do inner child first and you may not need a past life regression therapy. I don't know, I feel inner child, Silva, ultramine, ESP, law of attraction, these are the very basics of the things you should do for yourself. It's like an investment in yourself and your life. So hence this video. Now we have identified we have an issue of the inner child. How do we heal it? Let's say you don't have access to a therapist, or you don't have the resources like time, whatever. Then the first step is to recognize, to acknowledge and admit that there is an issue, and this seems to be stemming from my childhood. The inner child or the work you do has nothing to do with condemning anyone. It has nothing to do with judging people, your parents, your environment. It is about you being able to identify what is the root cause of the challenge you're facing, especially in relationship, let's say finances, and your inability to get recognition for who you are and the job you do. These are all inner child issues. So when you invest in yourself and you work on it, you're just investing in your life and wanting to better the quality of your life. So once you've admitted, you've tried to understand through journaling, working with a therapist, introspection, reflection, whatever is your technique, you forgive them and yourself for what you allowed to happen to you. As children, the way we perceive life is very different from how adults will perceive. Something as small as, a mother giving a flashy eraser to one child and their normal one to the other child can actually affect. I remember in one case, and this girl really cried and cried and cried in the inner child therapy. But it all started, and then it became a pattern But it all started from a time where for the third or fourth time, their paternal aunt came to their home, brought from overseas, brought very beautiful dresses for the girls in the family. And then this client of mine overheard the paternal grandmother and her own mother saying, oh, she is fat and she's dark, so you can give her anything. So and so is more pretty, so give this pink dress or whatever was her favorite dress to that one. It will suit her better. And when it happened for the third time, this girl started to believing, that I'm not good enough, I'm ugly, I have a bad body, started body shaming herself, started becoming a recluse, becoming an introvert, not wanting to interact, not wanting to look at herself in the mirror. Several years as a teenager also, she never looked at herself in the mirror. So, and then resulting at, even though she was a top achiever working with the armed forces in this country, but when it came to her individual and personal interactions, she was highly underconfident. She said, the moment I take the uniform off, I am totally a different person. I just don't want to go anywhere. Even though she is very fit now, she's doing amazingly well in her profession. But you see how much of a struggle this person had mentally, and that's why she was seeing me for the inner child therapy. So once we acknowledge and we understand from where it has come, and it can be as simple as this or as complicated as, a mother planning to abort the child and these kind of talks happening in the family, or a girl child not being welcomed, or a boy having given all the responsibility after, let's say, early demise of the father and losing the childhood into responsibility. So it can be a lot of stuff. Just giving you examples. Once you do that, then you need to learn to reparent yourself. Just think of how you would have wanted to be taken care of. How do you want your environment to interact with you? How do you want people to gift you? What should be the language of love that you want from people? What is your language of love? Once you understand all of this, now you put in conscious effort towards creating these kind of situations and environments, choosing your well-being. And if you have to make a choice not to give in, not to think of everyone else, it doesn't mean you would be selfish. It means you would be selfful. By having the intention that I do not wish to harm anyone, I do not wish to be inappropriate, and I have the highest good of everyone in mind, then make aware choices, conscious choices, where wherever possible, you can choose yourself, you can choose your peace. They say whatever costs you your peace, it is way too costly. So in your relationships, in your interactions with your environment, where are the places you are discounting yourself or discarding yourself in order to maintain the relationship, whereas all that you're getting from that relationship is just you suppressing what you wish for yourself, what you like for yourself, resulting in your low self-confidence, more anxiety, depression, feeling of loneliness. So wherever possible, you need to practice choosing yourself in alignment with your environment, not at the cost of anyone else, but what you give to others also shouldn't be at the cost of you. So once you start doing this practice, it's going to take time. Nothing will change overnight. So please be patient and kind to yourself. The same way you will forgive others for their lack of effort or for their failures or for, not adhering with what is for their highest good, you can also forgive yourself. In the whole process of therapy and self-work, the most important thing is patience, being kind with yourself, and being consistent. I hope you will be able to tap into your inner child, bring back the joy and the creativity and the sense of happiness that inner child of yours has, and live your life from a new perspective of joy, grace, and ease. Lots of love.